Greetings, viewers, and welcome back to Phasmophobia for this week's weekly challenge, Tortoise and the Hare. This week I've decided to spice things up a little bit because some of you may be aware, but some of you may not be. There's an update coming out, and it's scheduled to come out in a few hours, in fact. It's the progression update that will change many aspects of the game, in particular leveling and items. So I thought, I wonder if it's going to affect the weeklies. Specifically, if I do one, is it going to reset? And also, in the actual weekly challenge itself, is there going to be a big difference with the new items? I'm going to guess there is going to be a big difference. So I figured, why not do one before the update and then complete it after the update? So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll work. So without further ado, let's get started with the first one. So here we are in Bleasdale Farmhouse. So due to the update, everyone's levels are going to be reset, and you get a special badge depending on the level. Actually, 1 second. I just went and checked on the map where the breaker is. We have an attic breaker. Ooh, we're definitely very fast. I'd say 125%. I'm guessing. And giving the description saying that the ghost is frail, I'm going to guess it's slower. That should be interesting. No, nothing there, nothing there. Oh, a summoning circle, okay. Alright, I'm not a huge fan of Summoning Circle. It's kind of it's very average. You can technically get a lot of side objectives done with it. So what they've done is they've made the sanity there we go. Got a bone. Basically the sanity use based on that you can get lots of side objectives done, but you can get similar amounts done with the monkey paw, or they are nerfing the monkey paw in the update that's coming. Ooh, that doesn't look, that looks out of place. Where is that? I think this is where the ghost is. Not sure where though. Yeah, so they've balanced it around that, the sanity drain, but that it makes it like you almost don't want to use it because it's just such a punishment to use it, which makes it not overly fun to play with. I think nerfing what you can achieve with it would be a better option and making it much cheaper. But, you know, the devs can do what they want. Just, I don't know if I want to use the item, that's all. Anyway, with the update coming, I've been speed leveling because you get a special badge depending on your level. So let's take this. Yeah, lovely. Actually, let's use some of the items just because they are changing tomorrow, so we'll get to see what's different. So as I was saying, I was trying. A few months ago, I thought, oh, I'll speed level all the way up to 5,000 because it looks like it'll be really cool. 5,000, yeah. That didn't happen because the speed leveling is pretty monotonous, really. You're basically just trying to find the ghost in a single hunt. And just, yeah, doing it as quickly as possible. Okay, so this is where it is. I think they work up here. Fine. Maybe not the dots, I'm not sure. Let's put it here just to be safe. I think it does work fine, but yeah, there's that. King of 3, not 5. Whoa, that's a hefty throw. Where are you? Yeah, I thought you were. Like that throw. Almost poltergeist-like. And that, was that multi-throw? Let's go and have a look. So yeah, like the things I really don't like about going back to the summing circle one thing I don't like about, like, it doesn't help you find the ghost room at all. It doesn't help you get evidence. No, it definitely wasn't a poltergeist throw. That's the main thing I was looking for there. Like, it doesn't help you in a lot of different ways. It just helps you complete objectives, and objectives give you XP. That's why they've balanced it so harshly. So we have Spirit Box, but that doesn't necessarily make for a fun item, is the problem. That's okay. You just don't have to use it if you don't like it. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. Just I might get... Like, that didn't look like there's orbs, did it? Definitely not. Oh yes, there is orbs. Right there, there's orbs. Mare Yokoi on the view. I seriously don't think it's freezing temps. Can't be that, that's good. Okay, so it's that or ghost riding. Let's go get another pair of those. Now these, I can... Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Because we are so fast and it's so slow. Although, with it being so slow, it's going to be harder to test for a yokai. Because yokai is really dumb, basically, is the way it's usually described. It... instead of dots. Okay, so we do have a yokai. Just checking my sanity, 66. Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Are you French? Are you friendly? How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? How old are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? How old are you? Where are you? Okay, it doesn't seem to want to play. So the yokai has an ability, which, as you can see from that, it does not need to use at all. But basically, if it hears voices, it can hunt at 80% sanity or less. And I'm already at 66. Actually, 66 is probably not enough for this, is it? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not enough. But now it's hunting because I'm well below 50%. So it'll hunt normally below 50%, but also if it hears some voices, it will... If it hears voices, it will... it has the ability to hunt early, basically. It has the ability to hunt at 80 instead. Now, if you notice, normally I would definitely turn my light off, because doing this would be suicide without turning your light off. Not against a yokai. Against a yokai, instead of... So I think your lights have a 10-meter range to attract. Future me here, interrupting what I was saying in the game, because I'm not sure where I got the values from, but they were far off. What I was saying is roughly correct, but the real distances are 10 meters, where most ghosts will interfere with your electronics and also interfere with your radio. Raiju has an extended range of 15 meters from the ghost's position. it will be able to detect voices spoken either over the radio or just locally at 9 meters. At 7.5 meters, it'll detect electronics. So if you're holding a flashlight that's on or an EMF that's on, etc., it'll detect, normal ghost will detect at that range. The yokai, on the other hand, will only detect voices or electronics at 2.5 meters, which is much lower than any other ghost. Basically meaning that you can just leave your flashlight on most of the time and it won't detect you unless it walks into the room you're in and either sees you or gets within that 2.5 meters. If it's really close, turn it off still and be quiet. I also recommend that you use push to talk instead of the other options if you may be talking during hunts or if a fan may hit your microphone. Anything that can cause sound in the background, maybe even your computer fans, if you don't have the sound settings correct, can attract the ghost. But if you turn it to push to talk, you have to obviously push to talk, so the ghost can never hear you. That's why during the hunts I'm able to talk during the recordings, because I'm not holding down my push to talk. So that can actually be a problem some people have, particularly if before they added push to talk in, where the mic was just always open mic. You had to be very quiet, and if there was fans or something nearby that was setting off the ghost, you would just die. So roughly what I was saying is correct. I don't know where I was pulling the numbers from. I think 13 meters and stuff like that came out, but it's not. It's 10 meters interferes with your electronics, so you get the flickering. 9 meters, it'll be able to detect your voice. That's why you should try and shout at the yokai, because it's an extra 1.5 meters between it and where it detects your electronics. But obviously keeping your electronics on helps as well. And if you can tell it's reasonably close, it's not coming to your voice, it's not coming to your electronics, it's a yokai, basically. So let's get back to the game. Where is he? Now, of course, yokai can still see you. So it's the one thing, that's why I'm like trying to hide behind the doors. I'm not within range. If you're not within glitch range, then it can't get you anyway, basically. Because it glitches at around 12 meters, I think, is the range. And again, it can sense your electronics at around 10 meters. So yeah. If it sees you, it sees you. The yokai can still see you. It just can't sense your electronics. It also can't hear you. So in the description it says it can't hear you, but it also counts for electronics. So, oh, sorry, I shouldn't say it can't hear you. What it does is the range for both hearing, which is normally like 13 meters, and electronics, which is normally 10 meters, are dropped all the way down to 2.5 meters for the yokai. Oi! Oi, come over here. Where are you? I don't think it actually needs to have a recognized phrase. Literally any voice should be able to attract it. And you can see it's walking away from me. That's a yokai. There we go, we have a yokai. They're often called dumb because of this, because they can't sense, they struggle to sense you. They have to come really close to you to be able to sense you. But if they see you, it's the same as any other ghost. So definitely if you break the line of sight against a yokai, there's a good chance you'll live. Even if you have your electronics on. Even if you're playing really badly, there's a good chance that you'll survive. So there's the yokai. We know because of the evidence, of course, but also because, again, that's the test for a yokai is to try and attract it to you, and if it doesn't come, it's a yokai.
Welcome back.
Okay, so I've got a little bit of leveling to do because I'm trying to hit exactly 3,000. Last 2 days I've gained about 300 levels. It's been 400 levels actually, over 400. Yeah, it's been pretty grueling, but I'm almost there. 4 more levels, so I'll see you very shortly when the patch drops for the update. Hello. Welcome back to the new patch. As you can see, I've got all tier 1 items loaded up here. I've actually had a lot of problems. I keep making mistakes setting up. Oh, got a bit of lag. Setting up for this video. This is the 4th time I've tried to record it, so sorry if it's, I might be a little bit exhausted. I'm also only going to just do one game just to show you. It looks like we're still the same. The one thing I wanted to test from this update was whether or not it would keep the game that I played on the pre-update. And the answer is no, it didn't. It did reset, so I had to do 3 more games, which I then tried to record and screwed it up. So here we are. It's a random cursed possession. I'm just showing the doors to try and... I'm not sure if I checked the breaker at the entrance, did I? Okay, we got summoning circle. Summoning circle is not really the best for this challenge. It's really quite bad because it's hard to tell, especially with the audio changes they've put in now. It's hard to tell speeds of ghosts, so at that speed it's really hard to tell. There's very little difference between the different speeds, and it obviously doesn't help us with finding the ghost room, so it's pretty terrible overall. They've also made finding the ghost room a little bit harder, I think, overall, with the fact that audio sounds are not as distinct. And the Paramic has quite a broad hearing angle. Ooh. It sounded like it was something, didn't it? When I was walking past here. Aha! You're in here. Nice. Yeah, so I'm only going to do one game, because again, I've done 5 extra games, so 8 games in total, so before this one. Before I realised, well, it wasn't before I realised, I just happened to do a different mistake. Oh, I didn't drop my light. Anyway, one thing I was saying in the others is I like the new glow stick, but I was wondering, is it actually possible? Would it actually be possible in real life to create a glow stick like this? Oh, fingies! They charge up now, as you can see, and so you must take the photo of them after they've been charged up. The glow stick, I think it's 10 seconds or 10 seconds, I think, to charge up fully. The longer you charge up, the longer they stay around. And I think, sadly, the answer is, so it's new ultraviolet evidence. No, you probably can't create a glow stick like this one, a UV glow stick like this in real life. And I'll explain after I try this. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Yeah, this one too. There's a bone in here as well. That still could be Spirit Box, because Spirit Box is pretty hard to get now. So the reasons why I don't think it's probably possible to create one like that, although if you did create one, it would look very much like that, very violet colour. It's to do with the availability of chemiluminescent reactions, because chemiluminescence is basically how they work, how glow sticks work. It's a chemical reaction that produces light. Oh, you have to? Go, put down. No. Let's try to see if it's probably not freezing. An orb though. Okay, Banshee Hunt to Abake. Now that just turned on. Yeah, I don't think there's any fingerprints on that. I wanted to check that. Yeah. So the energy range for UV, again, it would look violet most likely because it would be probably very near UV, so very close to visible. And of course, violet is close to ultraviolet. Oh, I didn't put this down. Or this. What am I doing? Let's try and look at the new evidence items. Let's try and get all pieces of evidence. Even if you're being annoying about it. So yes, certainly none of the chemiluminescent reactions that I know of emit significantly in the UV. But it would also have to be one that I mean, it's a good chance, right? It's been singing at me quite a lot. I also don't think it's freezing, so it won't be a Hantu. Means it's likely dots. Very likely dots. I'm not sure if holding it helps with tier 1. So yeah, it's the fact that the chemical bonds, so the energy levels of molecules that are available to act as the emitting chromophore, that's what it's called, usually, or sometimes called fluorophore or phosphor. It's the part of the molecule that will be absorbing the energy from the chemical reaction and then emitting it as light. A lot of chemical reactions generate heat instead, so they emit heat, or sometimes they absorb heat if they're endothermic. With those that do generate heat, it is... I don't know if this is going to let me collect the evidences. It's being a bit annoying, sending me off. Basically, it's got to be a very high energy molecule to be capable of try and stop losing the sanity so we can look for dots a bit longer. Didn't touch me. Yeah, so it has to be that. It also has to be one that can actually take, actually. Oh, it's in there, are you? Actually act as that. Act as an acceptor and so you can't get dots during a hunt anymore. You used to be able to. Yeah, so basically, like, the reason that a lot of the chemiluminescent reactions are in the infrared or visible region is because that's just where a lot of molecules' excited states lie. Not many at all lie in the ultraviolet region, and then it's got to be one that can actually efficiently accept the energy from ultraviolet, from a chemical reaction that generates ultraviolet type energies. And I just don't know if that exists, to be honest. So one thing it could do is I should have, if I check my sanity, I should should be able to run into the ghost. Check. It should drop 15%. I mean, we know what it is, right? Sanity pills now, well, the tier 1 at least, it's a slow increase. I mean, I'm certain it's not this either because we didn't see it transform, right? During the hunt. I am pretty sure it did not change into a different ghost model during the hunt. It may have done it when right at the start when I wasn't looking at it, but the likelihood of it not doing it again is very low. Yeah, so again, it doesn't really matter because it's obviously a fiction video game. They've made it as realistic as you can. Is that dots just then? Was that dots? Not sure. It might have been. As realistic as you can get, and it's what reason as because they do try to be quite realistic in this game. That's what made me even think about it was, could you actually make it? And there might be, if you know of a chemical reaction that can make it. I think that was dots just then. Pretty sure. Can you give us a scream? Probably not. Is that dots again, or was that my breath? Problem is your breath often gets in the way. Particularly when you throw it down like this. I think they were dots. Yeah, one cool thing though is this shaking. A lot of the chemiluminescent reactions that happen require oxygen, and like there's not much room for any gas in this. But quite often the reason they have the shaking will often make it glow brighter again is mixing in oxygen. Again, I don't think that would work in this instance for this wavelength. So the near ultraviolet wavelength, I don't think it would actually you'd actually be able to do it. I don't think it would use oxygen. But, you know, it's a nice little thing. It got around the fact that these guys ran out, and it is a plausible way to rejuvenate them, basically. And you can find that in other glow sticks that are, particularly those that require oxygen for their reaction. So it's pretty cool on this, but that was a banshee. You could tell, like, the singing, constantly singing. It was likely constantly walking to me as well when I was on the same floor as it. But, oh, there you go, I get a little bit of XP. Not much because it's only 1 times, but enough to tick me over. Alrighty, well, hopefully you don't have problems like I did with the recording of this session. But hopefully you find an easy one. You're way faster than the ghost this week's challenge. I think it's really great to have a challenge with all evidences and pretty easy. I think that's fantastic for the new update with all the changes to all the items. It's really... And there's also a couple of bugs, like smudge stick's not working very well, so it's good that you can literally loop the ghost without needing a smudge stick. And I think it was a pretty good challenge to come out, to be on the week that the new update came out. So, pretty good, I think. And again, I like a lot of the new items. I think their designs are really cool. They look great. And they play pretty well. Like, definitely tier 1 doesn't seem as effective as we're used to for most things. But that's kind of the point, right? That's what tier 2 and tier 3 are for. So I encourage you, hop into Phasmo. If you have consoles, buy it when it comes out at the end of the month on console. That's what it's scheduled to come out sometime at the end of the month. Hopefully that won't be delayed. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Until next time, remember, the dose makes the poison.